Okay, Dennis, in your book, Your Health is Your Choice, you've got a chapter 11, that's called Health Made Simple. To me, it's pretty complicated. There's so many things out there. What have you found out that makes it simple?
Well, I feel very fortunate that I didn't have much of an understanding of health. As a matter of fact, when I retired in '91, I felt like it was beyond my ability to understand anything about health that would be significant in changing my situation, my circumstances. And so once I got my mind back and I was able to start thinking again and start researching and start attending different health trade shows and listening to different doctors and what they had to say, I realized that all the doctors are talking about a little piece of the puzzle. And to them, that's their picture. Okay? So it took me a couple of years to start seeing enough of the puzzle, of the picture. My picture was like this. And so it was like, it took a while to fill all these pieces in. And now that I see the picture, it is so simple. It's like, how could everybody get so sidetracked with these little pieces, thinking their picture, that's their picture? Come on. The picture is like this, but it's very simple, because all you have to understand is only your body can heal itself. It's our obligation. Give it the opportunity. It'll do its job. It starts with cleansing, detoxing, getting rid of the things that's broken down our immune system, allowing it to do its job, and it will. So that's why I say health made simple. I started cleansing and detoxing. One of my very first things, and you know, when you're doing cleanses, where like my liver gallbladder cleanse, I filled a quart jar full of stones. When you see stones coming out like this, and wow. I saved them. I got a colander and I put it in my toilet, and when I went to the bathroom, it's there. I'm saving them up and I'm putting them in the jar. And at the end of 6 days, I had a quart jar filled with stones.
And that was all inside of you?
All inside of my liver and gallbladder. So anyway, then you know, that gets you excited, because you know doggone getting well, your liver's got to function better with all those things out of you. It just makes sense. How could it not function better when you eliminate all those things from you? And then not long after that, I did a fast where I included a 7-day parasite cleanse. And so I started getting rid of all these different organisms. I got hundreds of little things that looked like furry pine nuts.
Ick.
They were about the size of pine nuts. But I got some worms like this.
Ick.
And other weird looking things that came out in the stools as well. So when you're seeing things like that visually for yourself firsthand, you know absolutely, there's no question. You get this stuff out of you, then your body's going to function better. It's just logical. So I've gone from one cleanse to another, and some worked really well, some worked, I don't know, but the whole point is my chapter on cleansing gives people ideas of things they can do for themselves, because there's thousands of cleanses out there. Dressing, we've got 10 organs. Every organ needs to be cleansed in more than one way. So, you know, it's just up to us how bad you want to be healthy. And if you really want to be healthy and you're willing to devote the time to do it, it can be very inexpensive, and it's a good place to start. So once you understand how simple health can be, get rid of those things that broke down your immune system. Let the body do its job, and health is simple.
Right. All of us want to deny that we have parasites, or we have those icky things that we don't want to think about. But looking at you and how the difference it made, I think everyone should think about that, because it's pretty valid.
I know. It's exciting. I tell you, one of the things that happened, 25 years ago, I was in Alaska, went deep sea fishing. You know, I don't have that kind of money. I'm not a wealthy guy that flies around doing this, but I have a daughter working for the airline, so I could fly to Alaska for very affordably. I had a good friend there. I stayed with him, and he's the one that paid for the fishing trip, not me. Anyway, so there was 6 of us on the boat, and he took some of his employees and relatives and myself, and he chartered the boat. We went out and we got I don't know, probably a dozen halibut, and they all weighed 200-300 pounds. I mean, it was a great day. I mean, it was an unforgettable day for me because I'm not normally a fisherman, and when I go fishing, if I get one like this, I'm excited, you know. But
yeah.
These are giant halibut, and opening them up and cutting them up, there were parasites in that halibut that long. I mean, they were parasites bigger than probably any fish I ever caught before in my life. That was like worms and stuff that was inside that meat. I was so stunned, I couldn't believe it. I keep saying, "What is that?" And that's just a parasite. Don't worry. You know, I was worried about it. Believe me. And so you know, we get parasites from everything that we eat, and a lot of them just take up housekeeping inside of us. And so it's one of those things that the average person, if you don't get out and see something like I did, that really woke me up when I seen all those parasites in those several big fish. It never dawns on you that they could be parasites inside you that you're not even aware of. So it's not something that modern medicine ever addresses. They just ignore it like it doesn't exist. But believe me, it does. We all have parasites and harmful pathogens living in us.
Right, because we all go to the grocery store, just buy a package of fish. Nobody's going to say, be careful of parasites.
Exactly. Right.
Nobody wants to say
And it's
that.
not just fish, it's all meat has parasites. It doesn't matter what type you get. And I'm sure that we pick up parasites from vegetables as well, or at least other types of harmful pathogens.